This is video number 3 in the Talk to the Entity Tools to have more ease communicating with entities series. So busting the myths of entities. Okay, so one of the things I want to talk about today is what are signs of entity awareness. So entities, like I spoke about in the previous videos, are in relation to what we're talking about here is beings or spirits that have left their physical body. So they're no longer in their physical body, but they're still around. They can still communicate with you. At least they try to communicate with you. So the thing about it is a lot of us have this idea that it's only some like really psychic medium people who can talk to the dead, and that's not true. Talk to spirits, talk to ghosts. Entities actually try to come and talk to their loved ones a lot. They're around us. There's probably more beings without bodies around us than there is beings in bodies. So if you have a capacity to talk to entities, even if you don't realize it, they will try and come and talk to you because they know that you can hear them. However, what they don't know is that you can't actually physically see them, and you can't communicate with them in the way that you're used to communicating here with people. So communicating with entities is totally different to communicating with people, but that's more in the 2-day class. So for the purpose of today's video, I really just wanted to talk about what are some signs of entity awareness. And a lot of times the entities will try to talk to you with like a feather touch. So maybe they'll like put a feather touch on your face or tickle your neck or something very gentle. And a lot of times is that we don't listen to that gentle feather touch. We block it out or we ignore it. And so think about it, like if your child or a person wanted your attention, first they'd say hi, and then if you ignore them, they might say hi again, and then if you ignore them, they'll probably say it again a bit louder, and then if you keep ignoring them, they're going to get louder and louder and louder. And so entities are like this. If we ignore them, they just get louder and louder, and they will maybe push into your space too. So signs of entity awareness can be very, very random. Some of the ones that showed up for me was anxiety, palpitating heart where it almost feels like my heart's going to fall out, itchy skin, digestive issues like pain in my belly, sore belly, what it seems like. So a lot of sometimes physical issues you may have is actually entity awareness. So if you have a physical thing going on with your body and you have not been able to change it through, conventional ways, like, supplements and all that stuff, going to a doctor, it might be entity awareness. You may be having entity activity and entities trying to talk to you. And if you're ignoring them, they will try to get your attention in other ways. Also, your body gives you this information too, and we tend to ignore our bodies as well. So, signs of entity awareness can be anxiety, depression, a lot of emotional upheaval, crying, sadness, anger, frustration. Like if you're feeling good 1 minute, next minute you get this burst of anger or rage, that can be entity awareness. So you just have to ask, is this mine? Is this someone else? Or is this something else? Is this a being without a body trying to talk to me? Is this an entity trying to get my attention here? And it doesn't mean just because you get the awareness that there's someone trying to get your attention doesn't mean you have to talk to them. That's another thing. You could just start acknowledging, okay, there's actually someone here trying to get my attention. And like people, you can tell them, I don't want to talk to you right now, or can you go to someone else, who can deal with you, because I don't have the tools right now to communicate with you. If that's where you are in your journey with talking to the entities. If you're, further along and you do communicate with them, then you use those tools that you have. So just starting to acknowledge like your signs of entity awareness. When I'm being present with my body and I'm not like ignoring it, it comes across like a feather touch on my face. But that's when I'm really present with me. When I'm in the doing of everyday life, it can show up as anger, anxiety, heart palpitating, itchy skin, emotions, like flash emotions, you know, like bursts of anger, bursts of sadness, bursts of tiredness. And so you will also pick up on everything going on in the entity's world. So like if that person died and when they were in a body, if they were always sad or always angry or always heavy, then that's how you will perceive them too when they try to communicate with you. So asking, you know, when these energies come up, asking like, is this mine? Who does this belong to? And is this an entity trying to talk to me? And if it is, you can talk to them. And if not, you can just, if you don't want to talk to them, you can tell them, I don't want to talk to you right now. I can't, you know, can you go to someone else? Okay, guys. Drop me a line below. Let me know if you are, you know, playing with this topic of entities. What has been your signs of entity awareness? Oh, sleep disturbance as well. That's another big one. If you're not dealing with the entity awareness you have throughout the day, it can show up as patterns of disturbed sleep at nighttime. Because entities can get into your world a lot better at nighttime because your barriers are down. So, oh, and another one too, like eating which might be a whole other video, but like getting cravings for different types of food that I don't usually crave. That can be one as well. All right, guys. Bye.